Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends GameStop exclusive Deadpool Back in Black, otherwise known as the Venompool figure, which is one that, some people were pretty excited about when they showed it, and then other people were like, nobody really cares about this, it's kind of weird that they're doing it. I was kind of in the middle because I'm not particularly familiar with this particular take on Deadpool slash Venom, but it looked cool enough, so I was like, what the heck? I mean, why not? Why not add it to the collection? So there's some good things and some bad, so let's go ahead and take it off the stand and have a closer look. Alright, this guy stands just above 16 centimeters, which makes him just about 6¼ inches, and it's worth noting, it's basically the Bucky Cat body, but he does have those more Spider-Man-esque feet with the pointy toes, so that's pretty good. We don't have those little round stubby feet that we normally see, so that's nice. And I want to point out real quick also, I didn't actually buy this, I didn't find it myself, I don't know how widespread they are at this point. I know they're starting to show up, and I know people who ordered them online are starting to get their orders in, but this was sent to me by my buddy Daryl, so thanks to him for that. I do appreciate it, Daryl. Thanks a whole bunch. Alright, so moving on with the review, let's talk accessories before we do anything else. We do have a couple of different hands. We have 2 gripping hands, 2 Carnage-style hands, and then 1 web-thwipping hand. And I'm going to cut back to the figure so I can show you this. In the package, he doesn't have both gripping hands on him. He has the web-thwipping hand on him, but the peg for this hand is much larger, relatively speaking, than the peg for this hand. So you'll notice this hand is super floppy, and if you put a sword in it, it's going to be absolutely useless. Here's how you fix that. Super easy, quick fix. Run it under some very hot water or some heated water like microwaved water. Don't use boiling water. Also do this with adult supervision if you're just a kid. But boiling water is no good, but hot water is good. Or use a hairdryer. Hairdryer will be sufficient on hot setting. And just warm this part up. And it should leave the hand out when you do it. Warm this up and it'll take its original shape because this stretched it out a little bit. And then this hand will peg in just fine, and it won't be so floppy. I didn't do that so I could show you, so it's going to be floppy. But this one will end up fitting back in, but if you leave it in for too long, it'll stretch it out again. So you just have to be aware of that. It's not actually stretching the molecules of the plastic, so it'll go right back to its original shape with a little bit of heat. No problems. But it is worth noting, and these hands are technically a little bit too big also, the pegs, but not as bad as the web-thwipping hand. Okay, back to the accessories. We have 2 different heads. We have the standard Deadpool head, which looks like it's actually the Blizzard head. If my eyes are not deceiving me, it's a little hard to tell with that paint scheme, but it looks like Blizzard to me, which I'm hoping is not the same head they're going to use for the upcoming Deadpool. We'll have to see about that, because if they just paint the Blizzard head, that's going to be a bummer. I think they're actually making a new one, though. And then we do get this head, which I do believe is from the Ultimate Venom. I might be naming it wrong, but this is a head I'm pretty sure we've seen before also. Nice enough paint job, though, so I'm pretty happy about that. The mouth looks good enough for having a solid mouth without actually any cavity in there. Then we do have 2 of the standard Marvel Legends katanas, but this time molded in lightsaber pink, which is pretty awesome. I like that a whole bunch. And then we also get the Ultimate Venom, I think that's what it was, tentacles on his back. Now the interesting thing about these is they were shown on him in the package, not shown, they were in the package like this, vertically arranged. And that's fine, I don't know, and that's how they had it on the back of the package also. But they don't actually fit that way. You see the shape of this part, it lines up on the back this way. But the peg is stiff enough and long enough, that's what she said, that you can put it however you want to. So if you do want to do it vertically, you can, but it's actually made to fit this way. So just be aware of that. It fits way better like that. So however you want to do it is fine. Now, like I said, I'm not super familiar with this particular take on the character, but I'm pretty sure this is not accurate for his little tendril thingies. But I mean, I guess it's good enough for them to reuse the parts. I guess it's acceptable, so no big deal there. And then the Bucky Cat mold, I think is a fitting mold for Deadpool, so that's fine with me. As far as the articulation goes, I do want to point out, he doesn't come with any guns. He probably should have some guns. Right? Like this, we know these hands are made to hold guns. They're not great at it, but they're made to, but he doesn't come with any guns. And then the paint job on this guy is very, very basic. I'll talk about the articulation in a second. The paint job is mostly just molded white and molded black. They did a good job for the most part in that most of it is molded white with just painted black parts, so that's good. The only real offender of that is this, and this is molded black with painted white. The white is glossy, it has a slightly more yellow finish to it than the rest of the white, and it's not very opaque. So it doesn't look great here. I'm pretty sure that's the only spot where it's painted. The head, I think, is probably painted white also. Let's see. Yeah, the head's molded in black with painted white, but the head doesn't look bad. The head looks all right. So overall, it's not bad. I mean, it's fine. It's not impressive, but it's okay. Then we have the buckle down here, which is in silver, and it looks good enough. And then we'll just run the articulation real quick. I mean, there's nothing new here, really. The head fits on the body just fine. It's actually a really good example of how the head should fit on the body. So I like that. If they're going to reuse a head, this is a good one to reuse. So it looks up and down just fine, full rotation. A little bit going side to side like that, but not much. Let's take these guys off. The shoulders, no problem at all. They work wonderfully. Full rotation, bicep swivel's good. Double jointed elbow works just fine if I can do it. There you go, better than 90 degrees, so that's good. The wrists obviously rotate and have the hinge in there. Ab crunch, let's see how the ab crunch works. I'm kind of curious because a bunch of the Bucky Cap figures recently have not had good ab crunches. So it goes one notch forward, which is, I guess, good enough. Let's see if it goes back. Yeah, not really. Not even like a full notch, just kind of a little bit. I swear it used to be better than that. I haven't pulled one out to check, but it's still there. It's still functional enough, and it's not floppy this time, so I'll give them a little credit there. Waist twist is fine. Legs go all the way forward, no problem at all. Out to the side, it's good enough. It's not impressive, but it's good enough. You shouldn't really have any issues with scratching over here because this is molded in white plastic, so you should be good. And then you do have your thigh swivel, which is fine. Double jointed knees, no problem. Shin swivel, if you want it, it's there. If you don't, it doesn't line up very well, so that's a bummer. And then for the ankles, let's see how these feet work on these legs. No problem. Good range in every direction. And it's even a really solid ankle rocker. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough. So yeah, it's a solid figure. I mean, we could use some guns and, I don't know, maybe a little bit of effort in the fact that this isn't good, but I understand that this is more black than white, so they wanted to mold it that way. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty solid. I mean, we get the two swords, extra hands, extra head, the back piece. It's a fair buy, I think. I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. I know that's probably going to bug a few people because they don't care about this figure, but what you're paying for is what you're getting, so I think it's all right. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I recommend it. Go ahead and track them down. Thanks again to Daryl for sending it to me. I do appreciate it, man. And go get one, guys. It's pretty cool. It's a fun little figure, so have fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.